Okay, part of the investor series that we're doing is we do a workshop on a regular basis. So I am going to be reading some of the materials from our workshop that we do. Typically we'll get about 20 or 30 people out to our workshop, so not during COVID of course, but anyways, you're really going to enjoy it. So we're going to be talking about that real estate's a proven concept without question. And real estate is an asset, meaning it can be seen, it's real, it's not just paper and you know, tangible, I guess, and that's something that's very important within an investment. And then real estate offers so much of a flexibility. You can sell it, cash out for your profits, rent it for cash flow, renovate. One of my favorites, when you've got a property for a while, remortgage and invest that money and have some of that fun money that you get from it as well. And then number 4, the banks are putting up the majority of the money. Man, if there's any way to take advantage of the banks is use their money. You know, if we put 5% down or 20% down on something, well, the banks are investing the rest of the money, and guess who takes the appreciation? We do, they don't. Again, part of our investor series is sharing with people how to acquire properties, and one of the things people have trouble with is cash. How do we get money? You know, and so you don't have to have a lot of money. There's many things we can do. You might have some properties that we can perhaps get some money out, but we're going to be talking about something else, and that's called joint ventures. But here's just the 4 types of investments that we're going to be keying on. Flips. Everybody wants to do a flip because, of course, everybody makes tons of money during flips. Short term. Well, short term are just understanding about the market, where that market's at. And that's usually within a 5-year period. I'm going to buy and then I'm going to sell at the right time because I know something special is going to be happening to the marketplace. Number 3, my favorite, the long-term holds. Those never fail. I'll never forget Rudy when I first met him. He told me, Lyndon, buy homes and don't ever sell them. And you know what? I did. That's really helped me, and it's helped a lot of investors for sure. So long-term holds. And then we're going to be getting a little bit into the recreational and or retirement investments as well. I think you're going to like it. Hi there, back to our investor series. We last talked about the 4 different types of investments, and we're going to really focus on having rental properties. So this would be the short term or the long term, because this tends to be the most popular and what people are really into. And it's interesting, I find out that there is a good percentage of people that get involved in investing in real estate and they get out. And one of the reasons that they get out is the landlording part of it. So I recommend just knowing your stuff, basically. So I'm just going to go over 4 things, how you can know your stuff. And when you know your stuff, you're successful, because most investors are successful because they know their stuff. So let's talk about rents. Whether it's daily, monthly, or yearly, rents are constantly changing, especially in a constantly changing market. The way that renters find properties has drastically changed in the last few years. Renters are obviously now going online, and they're on websites and of course, marketplace and whatnot. So knowing the amount of rent to ask is absolutely important, and we do recommend that you always go plus utilities. There are some ways that you don't want to do that. That might be with a property with a suite in the basement, but for the most part, people will watch their utility costs a lot more if they're paying for them. So rent's very important. Neighborhoods. Depends on also what price range you're going to be in. If you want to be in that mid-price range, at least, that very low risk. You don't want to be in a low-end area, and you don't really want to be in that high-end area. Maybe a trending area is good. So just know your neighborhoods, and the 3 most important things in real estate is always the same: location, location, location. The biggest contributor to rent for sure is location. Other indicators include parking, so a garage or garage pad, the square footage of a property, the age of a property. When looking for a rental property, you may have a simple formula for the preferred areas. Do give a good idea to your agent, and hopefully that's us, about the areas that you are interested in, and we'll help you find those trending areas or the areas that are increasing in value. How to stay knowledgeable. You know what, just by scanning websites and, you know, some of the papers that are out there, communicating with realtors, you know, just being informed with stats. Perhaps you're getting some stats that are coming out there. CMHC, Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, has one of the best websites to stay informed of the different things that are happening within the marketplace as well. So lastly, the landlording. If you've chosen to be a landlord, it's very important to know your stuff. We're going to be getting into it in quite detail a little bit later on within the series. But again, it's the reason why people get out. But let me tell you something. If you got a system and you treat this like a business and non-emotional, you're going to be successful with landlording. And that really is about how to get the people there to see the homes, how to qualify those people, how to make sure they're set up properly. In other words, your contracts that you have there as well. And then just really servicing them, making sure that they're taking care of the property and that they're happy, but at the same time, it's an equal value. They're taking care of the property and adding value to the property as well. So those are the 4 main things about knowing your stuff in real estate, and we will be continuing within our series.